Hi Capricorn, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your July 2025 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. Those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, take out the cross spread as always, and also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom and oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have the North Node, and the North Node is actually in Pisces, which is your third house of communications, short journeys, and siblings. We have 7, so 7 house for you guys is Cancer. It makes sense to see that come up since, of course, we'll be in Cancer season for most of July. 7th house is partnerships, contracts, and relationships. And as far as what we'll have going on in there, at the time of recording this, we haven't had the new moon in Cancer yet, but we will soon. And then actually, Mercury's going to be there for a few more days as well. What else? Jupiter moved in there recently as well. So yeah, and then at the very end of the month, Venus will be moving into Cancer as well. So plenty of energy going on there for sure. And we have Taurus. So Taurus for you guys is your 5th house of romance, creativity, and children. And astrologically speaking, we have Venus there right now. It's going to be moving into Gemini around the 4th of July. We also have Uranus there. It's been there for a really long time as well. And it's finally going to be moving into Gemini around the 7th of July. But yeah, you'll definitely see some shifts around your 5th house as well. All right, so keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the 4 of Wands reversed, and challenging that, we have the 7 of Cups. So I feel like this is saying that ultimately there could be a lack of stability, more than likely within your home environment, maybe within certain connections that you have. So it could be romantic or even business partnerships for a smaller percentage of you. And I feel like this is saying with the 7 of Cups, challenging that, it could just be saying that you might not be seeing the situation clearly at this time. So that could be what's at play there. In the foundation position, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So yeah, so this looks like a situation that was built on a pretty sturdy foundation initially, and given that this is a Capricorn energy, what I'm feeling like combining this with the cards we just talked about there, could just be saying that maybe the issue was initially this situation was built on a firm foundation, but now you might feel like the other party isn't putting in the same level of effort that they were in the beginning, to where now you might feel like there's an imbalance in the situation. All right, in the past position, we have the King of Swords. So it could just be saying that maybe at least partially that could have been because in the past you really did take more of a leadership role in the situation. So it could have just been one of those things where maybe they had a certain level of comfort with you doing a little bit more of the heavy lifting. So even if you might have felt like it was more balanced in the past, really it could just be saying that you might have been taking on more of a leadership role. So that could have been what at least initially might have caused the imbalance to begin. In the present position, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is Libra energy here. So yeah, it could just be saying that now ultimately maybe you're looking for a bit more of a balance. So that could be what's really at play, and that could explain what the 7 of Cups is about. Because you might have felt like things were really balanced from the beginning, but it could really be one of those things where you were more stepping into more of a leadership role, and you were the one pushing things along a little bit more. And now, for whatever reason, it seems like you are actually releasing a little bit and relinquishing a little bit of that control when you do want to see more of a balance. But because it was maybe built on the foundation of you being in a leadership role, now it's going to require the other parties to step up more, and they just might not be ready for that yet. All right. In the near future position, we have the Tower. So yeah, this could definitely just be saying that there could be a split around that situation. So for some of you, like I said, it could be a romantic partnership. Some of you, maybe some type of a financial or business partnership as well. But yeah, it looks like there will be the energy coming to a head at a certain point. And given that there's going to be a full moon in your sign in July, it's more than likely going to be around that time, if I had to guess. But that's what I'm seeing with that. All right. In the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Seven of Wands. So yeah, it could just be saying that you're feeling overwhelmed. So again, like I said, I feel like it's one of those things where now you just feel like you're doing a lot of the heavy lifting within the situation, where you're expecting it to be more like a partnership. But again, like I said, it could just be that it was built on more of a faulty foundation than you might have thought. Not through any bad intention on your part, but like I said, it seemed like you might have just been naturally in a leadership role in the past. So then that kind of set the parameters for the connection to build from that. And now that you're ready, maybe because you're overwhelmed, you need the other party to pick up more of the slack. They might not be prepared for it yet. All right, in the environment position, we have the Six of Cups. So I can see this playing out a couple different ways. This could just be saying that if you do go through a tower moment with that person, this could just be saying that they will come forward and try to reconcile with you guys around the situation, try to get things back on track. Now, for a smaller percentage of you, this could just be saying that you might leave that situation behind altogether and actually potentially reconnect with someone from your past. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So, I mean, given that this is the court card for your sign, this might be more of a hope of yours. And yes, I feel like this is ultimately saying that seems like you might have been operating a more of a masculine energy in the past, and now you're hoping to step into more of the feminine energy. But then, like I said, it seems like there's some doubt on your part if you could actually do that, given the people that you're dealing with. All right, in the outcome position, we have the Star. So this is actually the major arcana card that comes after the tower numerically. We have the 16 here, and then this is the 17. So yeah, it could just be saying that whatever that tower moment is, the actual upheaval from it could be relatively short-lived, and that could just be saying that you will ultimately learn what you needed to learn from the situation playing out this way, and then it's ultimately going to serve as a positive course correction. All right, at the bottom of the deck we have the World. So yeah, so to me this usually points to a North Node energy as well, and we saw that come up when we rolled the dice for you guys too, so it could just be saying that karmically it was meant to play out this way, so it definitely seems like it'll be uncomfortable to an extent, but at the very least it looks like you will learn what was needed to be learned from the situation and then be able to move forward from there. All right, from the Four Agreements deck we have be impeccable with your word, and it says manifest your true intentions. All right, let's see if I can get that to focus better and get everything in a frame. There we go. It says, regardless of what language you speak, your intent will manifest through the word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will be manifested through the word. Interesting message there. This does make me think of the fact that there will be a Mercury retrograde in July, right around the middle of July in Leo. So definitely could bring some potential for miscommunication there. And we also see the Leo energy and your influence in the situation. So hopefully that message resonated. All right. And from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have Not For You. There's the artwork. And the number is 6. So we'll see what this has to say. Okay, essential meanings says a clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's protection. The Oracle's message: there are times when it appears that no matter how deeply you desire something, no matter how hard you work at something, the result you seek always seems to elude you. It is as if you don't really get to be in the game and you're feeling, it is as if you don't really get to be in the game and you feel you're just watching from the sidelines. The appearance of this card indicates that you are not going to attain what you want right now, that indeed, your dreams for that exact thing will not be fulfilled. This is a time to radically accept that not everything is available to you when you want it. Take heart, for there are benevolent forces who desire the best for you and have a much clearer idea of what's in your highest good. Rejection is God's protection. Something much better that will make you truly happy is on its way. Trust this. So definitely an interesting message there, especially for those of you if you do go through a bit of a tower moment this month. And then that would at least align with what I was saying as far as it seems like whatever that is, it seems like the upheaval around that would be short-lived. The relationship message says some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it's not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you are the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both your sakes. For every pot there is a lid, this one may not be the best fit. So definitely an interesting message there, right? Because if this is ultimately a situation that you do decide to leave behind, maybe that could be what that Six of Cups energy is pointing to there as well. As far as trying to say at least try to release the situation in a more amicable way if possible. All right, and the prosperity message says you can strategize and project and systemize and invest all your time and energy, but sometimes your best laid plans seem to go awry in spite of it all. Keep in mind that no effort is wasted. Fail fast and learn from defeat. Then keep going. You will eventually succeed, although perhaps not at this game, not at this time. Know when to fold your cards. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there. Like I said, to me, the fact that we are going to have that full moon in your sign in July definitely could be at least most of what's bringing this to a head this month. But overall, like I said, it looks like it's ultimately going to be for your highest good in the long run. And it seems like it will be a relatively short lived thing. And like I said, even if it is a connection that you don't necessarily want to release, it looks like there would be the potential for a reconciliation with that as well. Whereas, like I said, for a smaller percentage of you, this could actually just be you leaving the connection behind by choice and actually potentially reconnecting with someone from the past. So hopefully that resonates with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.